Hey everybody, I'm Brian with Knox Company, and this right here on your Nespresso machine means that it needs to be descaled. This is the signal right here, the red and the green, or the red and yellow. This means that your machine needs to be descaled. It's very easy to do. I'm going to walk you through the steps. It's a very simple process, but the main thing I learned the first time I did it is using the right product. I ended up going with this right here, so I'll walk you through step by step. It's very easy. We can get your machine cleaned and back up and running. So one of the first things we're going to do, you obviously turned your machine on. Open this up here, make sure that there's no capsules inside. We can close it. We obviously have this right here letting us know it needs to be descaled. We can shut the machine off by holding down on the lever for about 3 seconds. It should shut the machine off. Our next thing is getting the solution, and we're going to mix it in the container here with the water. I decided to go with this here. I will put some product links in the bottom below that I recommend. The reason that I kind of went with this or the Nespresso brand is that they're not the cheapest, but they're not the most expensive. But the first time I did it, I ran with the cheapest stuff, figuring that it would work. And I ran 2 or 3 times through the process, wasting a lot of time, and it did not fix the machine. I went with this brand and it worked first try. So I do recommend this or the name brand for Nespresso. So we're going to take this and mix it in there. So this one here is a liquid solution, so if you're going to be adding it to a full container, make sure you have enough room for the liquid to pour in. I've made that mistake before. The other brands that I've seen, like the Nespresso brand, it's a powder. So you actually cut it, pour it in, and it just kind of mixes in. But just make sure that you have enough room in your container to be able to accept the amount of liquid that you're going to be adding to it. You can then give it just a little stir to make sure that it's mixed properly. And we can put that back on the machine and we'll start running it through the descaling process. To get this into the descaling mode, we're going to hold the lever and the top button for about 3 seconds. It should give us a solid orange light on top. We have our solution mixed. The next thing you might need to do is remove this little tray right here. Bring in a large enough bowl that can accept the amount of water because it is going to run through that full container. Again, I made this mistake the first time. I did not get a large enough bowl and I ended up having to move this and dump it out while it was running. It takes about 20 to 22 minutes depending on your machine. But what I like to do is actually take this and just move it over to a nearby sink, and I just let that water run right into the sink and I don't have to worry about anything overfilling. So I did have to unplug this to move it over to the sink. So I'm just going to show you again. We can hold the top and bottom right here, the lever and the button, for 3 seconds. It's going to be a solid orange light. Hitting this one time puts it into the descaling mode. You'll see that it has a slow orange blink. If I were to hit this again, you'll see it changes the pattern. It does like a double blink. That's for a different mode. And if we hit it one more time, it goes into a triple blink. Again, these are all different modes. What we're looking for is the single blink. Just like that. Then we have the solution in the side. We're going to hit this button on top to run it. It's going to run through the descaling mode. It's going to run right into the sink. This takes about 20 to 23 minutes. Real quick, while that machine's running through the first step, if you haven't already and you find this video helpful, hit that like button for me. It really does help me out. Even consider subscribing to my channel. I have a lot of DIY stuff on there on how to do things around the house. So when you subscribe and you go to search for something, one of my videos may pop up and help you finish something or fix something around the house, save you money. But either way, I do appreciate you watching. We're going to jump back to this video and get this machine back up and running so you can get that fresh coffee. But hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Let's go. Now that it's ran through its first process, this is blinking again with the single orange light. We can take off this container. We're going to rinse this out, fill it back up. I like using filtered water. We're going to put clean water in, run it through its last step, and we'll be all done. Now that this is filled, we can put this back on, get this over the sink again. We have our orange blinking light. We're going to hit it one time again. This is going to run through the rinse, and it should take about 10 minutes. And now we're done with that last rinse. Again, it's doing the single orange blink. We are going to fill this back up. It's already been rinsed. It's already gone through. We can fill this back up now and get it ready to use. And now that this is filled, we can place that back on. Last step to get this back out of the cleaning mode. Again, hold the lever and press the button on top for 3 seconds. and now we're back to green, and now we're ready to use. It does recommend that you let the machine sit for about 10 minutes, so I would just follow those instructions. You'll see as it goes through its warm-up cycle here again, you'll get the solid green light. That lets you know that we're back and ready to go. Again, let it set for 10 minutes. If you want to, it'll turn itself off as it sits, or if you ever just want to shut the machine down, you can hold that lever down for about 3 seconds and it will just turn the machine off for you. And there you go, just like new. Thank you again for watching. I do recommend this solution, as I said earlier. If you haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.